Hi, welcome to Talking Gems.
Hi, I'm Onyx.
I'm Phoenix.
Alasia.
And I'm Lauren.
And today we are reviewing the truly talented, the innovative Bryson Tiller.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we
Ooh,
are.
why you make that face, Lauren? I'm just kidding.
Huh? Oh,
You
no.
made a face.
Oh, it wasn't about Bryson. He's cool.
Okay. But yeah, so first we will get into our candid nonsense. So,
Alasia,
okay.
that's you.
So, for our candid nonsense today, I was accosted on the elevator today. On my way up to the stew, there was a man.
God.
Oh, you haven't heard this story, Phoenix?
no, I haven't.
Okay.
This is the first
So
time
this is what
hearing about
happened.
it.
So I went to get our brekkie, morning brekkie. And I was walking in and there was a man and he was like, oh my God, I was putting on my mask. He was like, oh my God, you reminded me to put on my mask. So I was like, teehee, I don't know you, sir. Okay, cool, whatever.
Bye.
And so then I got in the elevator and then he was like, what floor are you going to? And I was like, second. He was like, oh my God, me too. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, oh, this man is going to try to talk to me. And he did. And he was like, what are you here for? And I was like, I'm recording a podcast, blah, blah, blah. He was like, what is it? All this stuff, whatever. And he started telling me about his job or whatever he's doing, something with doctors. And then we got off the elevator. He was like, oh, why don't you just follow me to my office?
What?
I was like, I gotta go record. He was like, no, let me just tell you about what. And so I was like, okay.
Why did she say okay?
Yeah.
Why did she
No,
follow?
because it was because he in the elevator he was trying to talk about, I don't know, just what he was doing and something for doctors and farmers. And I was like, okay, no, that's cool, whatever. So I was like, oh, we're having a cool conversation. He was like, let me show you my office and whatever. So on the walk there, he was telling me about what he was doing. And then we got there. And so then I was like, okay, cool. I see your office door. I'm going to leave now. And then he opened the door. He's like, this is my office. And I was like, cool, cool office, great chair. And then he was like, yes, I like your personality. I like your, and I was like, yeah, cool. Thank you, sir. Well, I'm going to go record now. He was like, let me let me have your number. We could we could talk or something. And I was like, this is an old man. This is an old balding man. Nothing wrong with balding. Not particularly for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, let me get your or he was like, when are you done recording? And I was like, oh, in hours. It's going to be some hours. He was like, I'll still be here. And I was like,
What, sir?
Oh my
I was like, okay.
Very serial killer.
Yeah.
vibes.
And then I was like, no, and then I have things to do after. And then he was like, hey, well, let me get your number. So then I was like, okay, yeah. So I gave him my old number. He called my number right in front of me. And then I looked at my phone and I was like, huh. That's weird. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I don't. And then he had he put his number in my phone and then called his phone from my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I got it. And I was like, okay, sir. He was like, okay, well, I'll see you. So
and
he's
what
on
do
this
we learn
floor.
From this? You can say, no, I don't want to give you my
know.
phone
Okay, and
number.
usually I do. Usually I'm so quick to be no, thank you. Not at all.
Mhm.
But for some reason, I was just because there was just nobody around. And I was just yeah, sure. Yep, I'll do it. Let's go.
Out of pocket.
See how power dynamics come into this?
Yeah.
Older. I don't know his race. Someone is.
He's an African man. He had an accent. I couldn't
okay.
really. Yeah. And
So
he
yeah. So just older male, young female. Really.
And I am.
You guys be like, why you guys are so mean to men when they try to ask for numbers? Come on. Sometimes it's just
you don't want it.
you don't want it.
Am I inviting?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Are we in a place setting that I would feel comfortable?
The
Mhm.
office
My
isn't
number?
where you come to meet.
No.
To meet
I
men.
feel like guys are just not really good with rejection. They just don't want to get rejected. You ask for a number, you need to be okay with it being 50-50. I'm going to get it, I'm going to not get it. And if you don't get it, cool, move on. She wasn't for you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do get it, congrats. She still might not text you, but congrats.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, I don't know. This one time I was like, no, I'm just gonna go along. I'm just gonna go along with it.
I mean, it's such a cute story to tell your grandkids. You know, after you obviously date this man.
Yes,
And
he is my future husband. I'm so scared that when we walk out of here now, every time we come up this elevator, every time I come to this office, I'm gonna be like, where's Sunday at? This man's name is Sunday.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, he's gonna, oh my God.
You know what? That's the one thing I appreciate about social media. If you don't want to give your number, you can be like, oh, you can have my Instagram. You can have my Snapchat.
This old man don't
easy.
got Instagram or Snapchat though.
When he called you,
He called my number.
This is a thing you do. Like, this is like, he's done this for years, and he realized that like people will give fake numbers. So I need to make sure. And I'm like, but if they give you a fake number, that's a polite way that they just don't.
And look,
because
it was my old number, so it's like out of service. So it's like this number cannot be called. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
That's so out of pocket.
This man.
What I do though,
that's embarrassing.
Instead of me giving them my number, I'd be like, oh, I could take yours.
No,
and then I don't.
That's what I was gonna do at first.
They don't have my phone, so then they can't call themselves.
But he set it up in a way to where that was not an option for me. So,
oh my gosh,
he's done this before.
This
is
the corner.
But just those things like, she don't want you. Like, obviously, this has happened before, and you perfected a way to secure the number. Man. But the person, like, that just creeps him out even more. Like,
when has this ever worked? First off, he was how old? Like, he was probably married.
He's probably like in his 50s. Like,
yeah, he's probably married, trying to get a second wife.
By Onyx.
What? I'm guaranteed.
Why did you say that?
All right.
Okay.
Moving on to Bryson Tiller.
Yes.
So
I googled what Pen Griffy was because everyone would be like Pen Griffy, and I'd be like, what is that?
Pen Griffin?
Pen Griffy. And then I was like, who is Pen Griffy? And Google said, we don't know who that is.
When he shouts out his producer?
Yeah. No, that's not his producer. Well, at least what I saw, it's like his alias.
Oh.
So Griffy,
is it his writer?
Okay, so alias? What Google told me and a little bit of Urban Dictionary is that like Griffy is like a baseball player who's like really good. So like, you know, he's like skilled, and then Pen. It's like
he's good with his pen.
With Griffy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that his writer alias? Like that's his writer's name?
I guess. That's I saw that it was like his alias. So he goes by Pen Griffy.
Interesting.
Yeah. I did not know that.
That's clever.
Me either. I always wondered that too. He always was like Pen Griffy, but I just assumed it was a producer.
Same. Yeah. I thought it was one of his people.
I don't know baseball players.
Me either.
I know. I don't know why when you said that, I was like, oh, let me think. What are all
the cool baseball players I know?
Who's Griffin? I'm like,
no, I don't know. Not a one.
Not a one.
Not one.
I didn't even watch 42.
They're cheater.
Oh yeah,
he's a baseball player.
Barry Bonds, Babe Ruth, because
Babe Ruth. Yeah. Oh, Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
Yes.
43. How did I not think of 43?
Period. He's a 43, 48,
44.
42.
42.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Are we sure? Isn't that
yes,
movie?
The movie's called 42.
It's called 42.
Okay, I'm picturing. I'm thinking of 44, like 44th president.
We're like uneducated. Sorry.
No,
this is baseball. Baseball is not a sign of education.
Uneducated in baseball.
Yes.
I am well versed in my sports. Thank you very much.
Name 5 baseball teams.
The Dodgers, the Red Sox. Is that still a team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The White Sox. Is there a Blue Sox? Or did I make that up? Okay. And
the other team that's
I was about to say 49ers, but I know that is a
other team that's in our area.
The Dodgers?
Not the Dodgers, but Orange County.
You know there's 2 baseball teams for LA, right?
Yeah, but it kind of. So the Dodgers,
Angels.
The Angels. Yes. I haven't heard of them in a minute. How are they doing?
I don't
know. Girl, not that bad. Apparently, the Dodgers are in the World Series, but
wait, really? Are you for real?
It's already the World Series.
Girl. I know it's they're in
when
the playoffs.
When did they start playing again?
Oh, really?
It's playoffs right now. It's not World Series.
Girl, see, I don't know nothing about baseball. I just knew Dodgers are doing well.
The only reason I know it's not the World Series yet is because there was just some guy was on TV. He's a baseball player who's talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna have our little bubble on our own, but only the people who make it past the first round of the playoffs get to go to that bubble, wherever that is.
Are they in a bubble with basketball right now?
No, baseball hasn't been in the bubble. They just been, traveling and staying in hotels and like taking tests all the time.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very
but then for the playoffs, they're gonna be in a bubble.
I think because there's less contact with baseball. I mean, like the whole like tag or like you're
Tag.
out. Like I know it's not called tagging, but like other than that, I feel like you're just like doing the bases and you're to your own team versus like basketball.
I used to
and
be
football
a baseball player.
Huh?
Shut up. You did T-ball.
Okay. I was well versed in it, and I was amazing at
you?
How
T-ball.
did you do it?
Huh?
How did you do it?
Maybe like I don't know, like
A
a season.
I know.
Yeah.
I was a
you
baseball
really
player.
stick to a lot
I
of
was
things.
a ballerina, or a gymnast, a tap dancer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just such a versatile lady.
And you did all of them for like I went to a karate class.
I'm
once.
still on break from ballet. I'm still taking a little,
Yes.
It's really hard on the feet.
Yes, my multi-talented queen.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Multi-talented, multifaceted.
Yes.
Honestly, when it comes
Multidimensional.
to the Olympics, which sport are you
gonna
gonna
choose?
Look, I don't. It's so hard.
Mhm.
Being so talented.
I was gonna say a lot of people are coming out of retirement for this Olympics specifically, especially
Really?
in gymnastics.
Gymnastics is
Like
out the
everyone's
woodwork
out of retirement. People who
for
haven't
a
been
4-person team. I
yeah,
don't.
a 4-person
I don't
team.
I don't get it.
Like girls are coming who were 38 now is trying to come back for the Olympics.
Mhm.
Yes,
Can they physically?
Honestly,
They've been doing it. They've been flipping.
They've been
Oh,
flipping.
wow.
There's some people who's like, I don't want to name names, but there's people who like just who are still in their early 20s looking worse
Yeah.
than some of these older ones.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna just shout her out. Chelsea Mimmel, girl,
Yeah.
is killing the game. I think she's 37. I don't know. I don't want to I don't want to age her. Whatever. She
How
was
old
in
is
the
old?
she was in the 2000
Yeah.
and 2008. Like she was. That's when she was doing elite gymnastics.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a long
Plus
time ago.
they changed the age thing to where like say you're supposed to be 16 the Olympic year, so some people wouldn't have made it last year or this year, but next year they're allowing them to do it still. So you have
all these
juniors that wasn't supposed to be eligible are now eligible, and the older crowd and the people who's already doing it.
And there's certain girls who are also training for collegiate and the Olympics at the same time.
Trinity Thomas,
Yikes.
my black queen.
Yes, Trinity. Is,
Love Trinity Thomas.
Love
She's
Trinity. She's so underrated. They do
so
not give her a chance.
I
Isn't
love
the
her.
collegiate level becoming like more competitive?
I mean,
As in, like a lot of girls, like it's always been competitive, but a lot of girls like are going from college to Olympics now in a way, or Olympic
Not-
level down to college.
That hasn't happened for them to go to college to Olympics
that would
yet.
be that's
This-
Michaela
yeah.
Skinner trying to do right now. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
Trinity
that's what I'm saying.
Thomas.
It's becoming more like that.
I mean,
Like,
I think
it's
they're
a
the test run.
transition.
This is their. I think this is the test run. I think people are going to see how Michaela
work.
and Trinity Thomas do.
Is
it.
Michaela the UCLA girl?
No.
No.
Okay.
She
Is she
Utah.
OU?
She was Utah.
Utah. Because I know OU was really good
Yeah.
Yeah.
one year. Yeah.
They had what was Maggie Rogers?
Yeah. Maggie.
The singer?
Not Rogers.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
But you say that made me think.
Maggie Rogers.
Why am I forgetting her last name now? Because you said Rogers, but
sorry.
Maggie.
Maggie. I know her last name, but I have Rogers in my head right now.
Okay.
But it was whatever. Maggie, she was OU. She was supposed to go to the Olympics, but she had so much injuries and other things happening. So,
Who knows? Yeah.
but she was killing it in
Athletes go
college.
through it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, so how did we get to sports?
I don't know. Tangents
okay.
happen.
I mean, like Candid Nonsense, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
So back to Bryson.
So back to Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller came out like 2015, right?
That was,
That's
like,
when
14.
he first kind of
14, 15,
14,
something like that. Yeah.
15, like 13 kind of. That's when he first kind of came on the scene.
Mhm.
And that's when he was bringing a new kind of sound. Like he had an R&B feel, but a trap vibe. And people were like, ooh, what is this? What is this? What am I listening to?
Yep.
And he dubbed it Trap Soul.
Don't.
Boom. Like, yeah. So like that came out around October 2015. and he dubbed his new album Anniversary, dropping it on the same day
Yes.
as his very first project.
Yes.
Aw.
I was like, ooh, this is cute. I really, really like this.
Mhm.
But I'm just like, if you think like, basically, I'm just like, dang, like Bryson really been gone for 3 years because his last project came out in 2017.
Yeah.
And he's been like silent. Not silent, but he's just like dropped, in a way, yeah, because he dropped like singles, like one single a year, and then he only featured on like 2-3 songs,
Mhm.
or like not even 2-3 songs, but like all like these R&B artist songs, or like DJ Khaled. That was his like last big hit.
Yeah, he was in a lot of like small things. Like if you weren't paying attention or checking for Bryson, you missed it. Except for the DJ.
Yeah, I
DJ
didn't. I
Khaled.
was thinking about that. I was like, he really don't be like out that much.
No.
Like he kind of just
It's like
dropped his
technically he
shit.
was on Summer Walker's album.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he was. Yeah,
Like he does songs with a lot of R&B artists, but unless you're checking for R&B, you're gonna miss him.
Yep.
So
I was just happy like we got a full project, and it's
not just a single.
Yes, and it's consolidated. It's like quality, because sometimes I feel like people just be packing their albums.
I should not see a 25 song album.
Thank
Like I
you.
guarantee you.
A fucking what was like 40 something.
Who don't? Chris Brown?
I don't know, whoever it was.
He
There's
did
a
that.
few
He did
of
like a
them,
60
like,
Yeah.
plus song album.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? You
No.
were bored. You were bored. You had nothing better
He's
to
on
do.
coke.
I feel like for sure when you're 20 and above, like you could have skimmed some stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
you're 20, but like there's weak songs.
There's no
weak
way
songs.
Yes.
all of those are your
Because
best.
it's not like he presented it, oh, all my tracks that didn't make it on past albums. No, this was, I made all these songs for this album. And there's
Yeah.
a difference. Like if I
Yeah.
know I'm about to go listen to a like a throwaway, quote unquote, then I'm like, okay, I'm preparing myself. There's just gonna be a lot of songs, different genres, ranging. But then if you say this is my album, this is supposed to be a like this is a project, I need a flow.
I
Yeah,
think
that's way
people
too many.
just threw away the concept of mixtapes. I don't know what happened to them. Like there's a reason why throwaways go on mixtapes.
Yes.
And like they just put everything on albums nowadays, or like
EPs,
EPs.
LPs.
I'm just like, okay, so y'all don't want to drop mixtapes no more? Like or like mixtapes are non-existent?
yeah.
I'm
Some
so
people
confused.
Was
view
it-
as there's less validity like to a mixtape that people I
Not
feel like
necessarily.
no, I feel
don't-
like that's the kind of feeling that people have
Mhm.
towards mixtapes.
I feel like now
or
mixtapes
do they
is,
want
like,
more money?
the first
I think
thing
it's
you
money.
do. But now if you are a real solidified artist, you then go
Yeah.
back to a mixtape.
Yeah, I think it's probably both. It's probably money and that.
It's
But
rappers
I don't
would put
know.
out an album and then put out a mixtape, and they were
Yeah.
big. So I think I don't remember how the money breaks down, but I know doing an EP and LP gets you more money than doing a mixtape. But I don't know if
Yeah.
that's because it's the way it's released. If mixtapes were meant to be free, and that's why they were
Yeah.
mixtapes,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's why they started doing LPs and EPs, because then they can get a little money from it.
I low-key think streaming killed the mixtape in a way.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because well, like you know how Drake, some of his stuff are like mixtapes. Like
Mm-hmm.
what is that album with Tim Bands and like
Oh.
Preach and like
Oh
what?
yes.
Volume
Never Was the Same.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
never was
Yeah.
the same.
So like that album is a mixtape, but he's like one of the first people who released the mixtape through like Apple Music or through like Spotify. So we were technically paying for that mixtape, and like actually people bought the mixtape. We're like, aren't mixtapes supposed to be free? And I was like, I kind of saw that progression of like, oh no, this is a mixed quote unquote mixtape, but it's actually we're paying for it. I was like, that's not mixtape. It's just
Yeah.
a little mini
And
EP.
Exactly,
think
and that's when they
people-
changed the names.
I think
Mhm.
honestly, in a way, like it's like yes, all of these artists are millionaires, but it's like they really air quote can afford to do free mixtapes like that, unless you're just really about the music. But even like Chance, who had his like mixtape or whatever, he sold so much merch. Like he
Mm-hmm.
made up the money in other ways,
and also he's independent.
yeah.
so
He's not independent no more.
Oh, he's
apparently.
not.
He signed to a label. That's
that
why.
last
Why?
Girl, this is what I just found this out, like just by hearsay. But I was like, what? I didn't realize he wasn't like independent anymore, truly independent. Like he's with a label now, and that's why like his last project, like 10 Days, isn't as like people think that's why it's not as solid.
Oh. So okay,
I don't know who he signed to or anything. I just heard that he is with the label. I was like,
I
what?
know a lot of people are doing where they're independent, but they're doing distribution through a major. Is that what he's doing, or he got signed? I
have no idea
okay.
if he's
I don't think he got
but
signed.
He's connected to a label now somewhere.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not
I hope it's
thing.
distribution. But
Yeah, because that's his whole thing.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it would be so stupid because like that would really
like
take
no chance to.
But then there's a lot of artists who were independent or who were signed to a major going independent.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of shifting going on right now.
There is a lot. Yeah. People are saying like if Drake went independent, that would change the game because he's like the top artist in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
So like if he
I've thought about that. I've thought about like
he would like actually help shift the movement, everything, and that's like the whole like thing with Kanye with his rants. Even though he crazy, let's just put it out there. Kanye's crazy, but he makes sense sometimes. Like with the whole like they are getting like a lot of artists and music artists right now, they're getting played, they're getting robbed like at this moment, especially with like streaming sites and like the whole streaming thing and people like not buying pure sales anymore. They're not getting money. And plus with COVID, they are not able to perform at these venues or like perform at festivals and like concerts like they used to, where they used to get most of their money from.
Yep.
Even at those concerts and festivals, a lot of that money is going back to the labels.
Honestly, that's why you see a lot of people on trying to get into different ventures, doing OnlyFans, trying to podcast, trying to create different content because
they broke.
Their money stream is gone. A lot of these people are capping for the Instagram.
That's also why I feel like the pop stars, like the white ones, have learned to pivot or is pivoting faster. Because thinking about like Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, Shawn Mendes, now they all know how to, one, maybe have their album with ticket sales and create a frenzy within their fandoms to where they're buying the straight album. They're not just streaming it. Like it's like stream whatever. I feel like every time I go into Twitter, I'm always saying stream some white pop star. And then on top of that, they're buying the vinyls, the albums. They're really cultivating a fan base of like putting money into it to help balance it out. Versus I feel like a lot of like Black artists are still like I don't know, like I feel like their fan base is not they're loud, but the money, it's like
I want to say this, but Black artists, it depends. Like Travis Scott, he honestly in his bag, because he was the one who like combined his albums, his merch, and like he
white
just
people
combined
are
everything
other Black
together.
people's fan base too,
and then like people were getting mad at him for getting like #1 on billboards and all that because he combined his merch sales, his album sales, his ticket sales. But I was like, that's how he's getting money, and he's putting it in his pocket rather than the label's pocket. And plus his little like he always have like side deals with like Nike, with McDonald's now. I'm just like he has a cult fan base at this moment.
Also,
like it's not just the music with Travis Scott.
But I feel
for
like
the pop artists, a lot of them, the white ones, are already established. Do you know what I mean? They were already in the game. They already Taylor Swift. You know, she already went through her money troubles. Like it's not like
independent. I feel like she's always is she not independent now, or she's signed with a different label? And she doesn't have the old masters.
She signed with a different label. She doesn't have her masters. But I guess the whole thing was she was going to be able to own her masters. But it didn't happen.
Okay.
So so she wanted to own her master. Like owning your master, you can own your masters and be part of a label. It's just a lot of people didn't negotiate that deal. That's honestly a pretty great deal.
This is what getting a lot of people right now. They're streaming masters.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's killing people right now because people aren't buying albums at this moment. Like, like heart sales or like heart sales aren't being sold. It's streaming. That's being sold. Like a lot of digital copies are being sold right now, and like no one have their streaming masters. Like a lot of people don't have their streaming masters. Only like a few people in the game have their streaming masters, so they're still getting robbed.
And think about the people who are selling their merch with their albums and selling vinyls. They're part of majors, but they're white artists. Those labels are allowing those white artists to do that. Are they allowing the Black artists to do it? There's probably plenty of Black artists that were trying to like, I want to do it. And they're probably, well, we're not going to put the money out for this because it costs more to create vinyls for art, you know? So it's, you know, a little systematicness going in.
Yeah.
And like
As
even
always.
the young boy situation, like like 2017, he signed that deal
Yes.
where he have to put out 5 albums for 5 million.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's a highway robbery right there. That's why he constantly putting out stuff, because he's probably trying to get out that contract.
Yeah, and it's
But I'm
crazy.
just like,
Sorry, that's a side note. But we always talk about how he's been robbed by all the award shows, especially Billboard, because I promise you, 3 of his albums were #1 in this past year. And
this past year,
he didn't. I don't listen to him, but I checked those Billboard stats, and he didn't get not one nomination.
For what, Grant?
Billboards.
Billboards.
Oh,
That's where it kills me. Where it's just like the award shows, the politics behind it and everything, because you could argue, air quote, that Grammys is about quality. We all know that has gone downhill.
Yeah.
And that is getting more and more political. But when it comes to Billboards, these are the numbers.
It's supposed to be
Yeah.
stats.
This is supposed to be just like your fans are crazy. People just love listening to your music. Whether it's good or not, that's irrelevant. It's supposed to just be like, do people listen? Yes or no? VMAs, once again, a lot of it is kind of like quality and irrelevant. Do people watch your videos? Dua Lipa, people love her videos. I don't understand how she was so snubbed at the VMAs. And I'm not a Dua Lipa stan, but I'm like,
wait, she didn't get anything? Or
she got like some of the outer skirts, like
are you
directing
serious?
or
Yeah,
blah,
Like
blah,
nothing
blah.
the
for
last
her.
one?
Yeah.
The last VMA?
Yes. This year's VMAs.
Same with Harry.
Dua
Harry
Lipa
barely.
Harry, yeah.
has
Yes, and Harry,
Yeah.
you know how he went in work. He did
Yes.
work for his videos. He got
Oh
like
my-
a few noms
I
in the
mean-
outer skirts.
I guess I understand Harry more than like I still think he was snubbed, but Dua Lipa has been on everybody's mouth. She's
I'm
been everywhere
sorry.
for so
How did-
long.
sorry, how did Gaga get it? I'm still not
For
understanding
what?
how-
For Rain on Me?
VMA.
Artist of the year. Gaga
What?
won Artist of this year.
And
LA
her
just a
album
song.
just came out.
Like she
Wait,
was getting a lot of nominations for
against
VMAs.
Megan,
So I was like,
against the
how?
baby, against the Weeknd. Like
She
Wait,
had no
for what? For what category?
VMAs Artist of the Year.
And then they made a special award for her because I also think she was the biggest pop artist that was being a part of the VMA. So then they gave her like the special award too. But then they also gave her Artist of the Year. And then
That's
Rain
a
on
lot.
Rain on
won-
Me won like Video of the Year or something.
Yeah, Rain on Me was just killing it.
But it's like literally, how was she able to do all that already? And that song just came out.
I don't
And
feel
it
like people
wasn't-
really
And
listen to
people
that
didn't
album.
really
Wasn't
listen
that-
to her album or
What,
watch that
Chromatica?
music video.
Yes.
I have not heard a thing about Chromatica.
Haven't heard a
I
peep
had
thing.
literally didn't even really like Rain on Me.
Me either.
Like Rain on Me is one of the
But-
things like I'll probably only like it if I'm literally in a club and it's like fun.
Yeah.
But no one's just bumping Rain on Me.
Ever. No, but there are people that are.
I mean, not enough for her to win artist. This thing, it's like it's not enough for her to win Artist of the Year over Meg Thee
Yeah.
Stallion did the Baby the Week. Like no, those
The
songs
Weeknd.
have been #1 for weeks.
What?
Rain on Me was probably #1 for like 1 week. That's it.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Exactly.
Funny how that happened.
Payola. That's how that happened.
Anyways, we have not
Bryson.
talked about
Well,
Bryson.
yeah, so
Bryson,
Bryson,
sorry.
I also feel like is one of those artists to where the quality's there.
Great.
He has a solid fan base. Like people know him.
Mhm.
However, I am trying to figure what award show would acknowledge him
Mm.
other than BET.
He's not going to be acknowledged except for BET. He's in
maybe Grammys.
or
Yeah, I'm thinking
maybe
probably a Grammy
and
but
Soul Train Awards.
Yeah.
But Grammy, I don't even know because the way they do the R&B and urban soul category is so awkward
yeah.
that he could easily get pushed to the side for another album.
Mm-hmm.
But like The Weeknd's obviously going to be in the R&B album.
Or the urban contemporary,
Yeah,
even though it
urban
should be pop.
Exactly. So I don't know. Depending on everybody that's putting out music, he might get pushed to the wayside, but then he might be relevant. It's really a 50-50 chance.
Because I think about Sir's album, and that makes me feel like
Exactly.
I don't know if
How
Sir
did
didn't get
Sir
nominated.
not get nominated?
He didn't get nominated for what?
A
Contemporary?
Grammy.
Or
Yeah,
just anything?
last Grammys. Yeah,
Last
yeah,
Grammys?
for that album.
Nothing.
I mean, I'm not surprised though.
It
just
was
the way
so
this is all
good.
set up, I'm really not surprised.
But this is just that's the frustrating part, because the reason it's supposed to be a gazillion categories for the Grammys is so if you're R&B, you should get recognized for your album. Like there's people who have a whole bunch of Grammys and like, I don't know, grassroots, bluegrass, the hit town weeds, and they probably have 10 Grammys, but that's because they're the kings and queens of their section. But I feel like when it comes to R&B, because it's so in right now, a lot of people are qualifying that shouldn't be, and a lot of people who are the top tier of that category is not getting recognized.
Like, for example, Justin Bieber's Changes being nominated
for what?
R&B, best R&B album.
It was?
For what? Billboard.
Wait, it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's
Wait.
it's one of
Like,
those
honestly,
things. I wish
it's
this.
funny.
It's funny, but I wish journals. I would accept journals, but not Changes.
Huh?
That's pop. See, because then Ariana Grande's "Thank You Next" wouldn't be considered R&B.
Yeah.
So why did they put just like all? I feel like all of a sudden Justin Bieber became an R&B artist to people. I don't know why. When he used to be R&B and now he's going more pop. So, I mean, he's definitely he does the crossover thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like
if you're letting Ariana do crossovers, if you're letting Demi do crossovers,
yes,
then Justin can do crossovers because that's the thing now. That's pop music, right?
Exactly.
It's just do a bunch of different type of genres of music.
Yeah.
Like,
so why did they put
Shawn
him?
Mendes?
Yeah,
like
that wasn't very
man.
nice. And this is a double standard because The Weeknd at this point in time is a pop artist.
Yes.
Now you could say his old stuff was still R&B, but
that was R&B.
Starboy in this one, Honey, Where, Who,
they
How,
put him
What?
in R&B.
He's considered an R&B artist still.
Yep,
he's an R&B artist still, even though it is straight pop. It is pop. Dua Lipa pop. Ariana Grande air quote pop.
Miley Cyrus pop.
Like it's the retro, it's the new wave retro sound, and if that's considered pop, because everybody's doing that sound, that retro 80s synth whatever. So if everyone's doing that pop sound, what's the difference between Weeknd, Ariana, Dua, Miley? What's the difference?
Nothing.
I think I can spot.
Oh,
the
do you know?
difference.
Do you?
I think I can spot the difference.
I think he's
the
he's
melanin.
I think he's a little
too melanated.
Yeah, just a touch.
Like
too
unless
melanated.
you're a black artist who came out
as pop
1st, you're always are going to be R&B.
Yeah.
Drake has the same issue. Like
yes.
like Hotline Bling once again, like that was a pop song.
It's weird because
Even Tyler the Creator.
Yeah.
Even his speech, it was like, I mean, thanks for this Grammy,
even he
but
said is not.
Yeah.
He said this is a pop album. I was
But
like,
thank
it is
you.
a pop album.
But I will take this award.
yeah, he's like, I will take this Grammy. However, you know,
You're wrong.
Yeah. I think it's weird though because I think of Prince and Michael Jackson and they were allowed to be pop artists.
Whitney?
Yeah. So what
Whitney?
changed?
I don't know.
The 90s and 2000s rap.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess rap came to the forefront.
And R&B in the 90s was popping.
Yeah.
So they typecasted us again into a bubble.
So quickly.
Oh, because we were taking their awards.
We were taking
Prince
all
and
their
Whitney and
awards.
Michael were taking their awards, so they had to.
We were
we're gonna
taking
put
too
you
much
into
from
these
them.
categories.
If we put you, or
Thank
we got
you.
contemporary comes up all of
Yeah.
a sudden, I'm like, Rihanna, Beyonce. It's like one of those things like, okay, you could.
I don't understand Beyonce and Rihanna now. How comes they're random now? When I
Beyonce
look up,
honestly is a pop artist. The
yeah,
past 2 albums, pop. Rihanna never been an R&B artist. Like none of her categories or none of her like albums, her catalog is straight pop.
yeah,
Like tell me like Anti probably is the most urban
Yes.
out of
all of
everything.
it.
yes.
But she was singing over straight EDM beats.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of those
Like-
things. She is a great feature on a lot of hip hop songs, and people just assume that means she's an R&B artist unless you're white. But
Gwen
I feel,
Stefani, she did features on rap songs.
I know, but I'm saying like those are like to them, it's like, oh, this is like a cross genre feature. But when a black woman and a rapper do a feature, it comes off just R&B hip hop. It doesn't really come off like this is across genres. Like this is someone who is pop, like singing on a hip hop song. Like this, that doesn't compute. And I feel like Rihanna, she was a queen of features, a lot of featuring, a lot of like Run This Town. Love that song so much.
Right.
And like,
You know who I compare Rihanna's sound to? Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Like, they both have their EDM stuff, and they both have their R&B influence, and then they put out amazing music. So that's what I'm like. If you guys are consistently putting Ariana Grande in all these pop categories, you better put Rihanna in these pop categories.
Especially since Ariana, when she quotes the people that she looks up to, it's like...
And y'all expect her to not have the same influences in her music, but then it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
That's like Justin Bieber just now becoming like R&B is like... I mean, y'all half a decade late.
Two albums too late.
Yeah, like what is going on? But it's like they could do so much R&B, so much air quote blackness, and they're still not there. And a black artist, I mean, I don't know what else could they possibly put out to get considered pop. Like I don't know at this point.
It's crazy because if you think about it, Bryson Tiller created a new sound for a new generation. Yeah. And he still won't get recognized for it.
I don't know whether
what can he do to like actually be nominated for all these award shows, to get his accolades? Like I don't know, even some of these rappers, I'm like, just give them their due diligence, because honestly, Future should have won Artist of the Year multiple times.
Yeah. I think so.
2015 to 2016, that was his era. Like he was ruling, but he won't, because rap isn't considered mainstream. But even though it is,
but
mainstream,
it's one of the most mainstream.
It is mainstream, but it's not considered mainstream. Like it's quality. Not. I guess I'm trying to say, it's not. It doesn't conform to American society norms. You feel me? It's still kind of like othered. Yeah, we're still like a subculture in a way, even though it is the main culture. And I feel like a lot of people don't want to accept that.
I think that's what gets a lot of us is now, especially these past 2 years, if you look at billboards, if you look all the Apple charts and Spotify charts and everything, the top 10 artists, out of the top 10 right now, it's half is black or more than half is black. And there's still, when you talk about music and recognition and how things are perceived, the white artists are still up here,
and only a few more decorated. Only the selected few that can get it. Like Kendrick became that, like, oh, like that's the rapper we'll elevate. Even though Cole, like he can he's there more than the other rappers, but like when it comes to big time, it was like, oh, Kendrick, we're gonna give him the awards. Like we haven't been diverse enough, so let's have Kendrick like kind of get the awards. And like, oh, The Weeknd, great, like he dates like Bella and everything. He's part of. We can do The Weeknd. Let's elevate him. And there's so many rappers that like I think for a long time like. The like just kind of like the Fetty Wap level rapping has just been considered like whatever, like there's like that's not the real rap, that's not people who get the awards, but it's like that's just rap evolving. And now all of these really young rappers, you can't just say that it's not like everybody's listening to them. Like
where did they get their sound? From the Fetty Waps, from the Bryson Tillers, from the
Young Thugs. Yes, come on. Come on now.
Young Thug now needs his flowers too. I'm like, wow.
He kind of birthed a lot of these new rappers. If you think Future, Young Thug, who else? It's someone else, but it's like Future and Young Thug kind of birthed this new generation of rappers. Like that sound is like popping right now.
Yeah. I mean, Lil Uzi, but he a little after them.
Yeah. People kind of say it's Young Thug who birthed Lil Uzi.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Yeah, I see that.
I can see that. But with Bryson, I feel he doesn't get credit for... Because Bryson came out a little bit before Tory Lanez, right? And I think Bryson definitely took what Drake was attempting to do, but perfected it in a way.
Yes.
Like, and Drake... put that in views.
A lot of people
I hear that sound in views.
A lot of people were trying to do what Bryson Tiller did perfectly. They just couldn't get it just right. And he did it well. He did it immaculate.
I honestly think that's why Drake and Tory Lanez beefed for a little bit, because Tory Lanez kind of like had Drake's sound and producing style, but then a Bryson Tiller flow and the way they were able to like jump in and out of rapping, singing.
Oh, he's like, so good.
So Tory, and then Drake was like mad because it's like, well, Bryson did it. Now I got this Canadian boy who's essentially my people going against my team, you know? And so that created a little tiff. And so, but Bryson was able to, Trap Soul, I promise you, ruled the little R&B or just the airwaves for a little bit for two and a half years.
Yeah,
for a couple
2 to 3 years.
Was like a song for 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, I have like
For
vivid
5
memories
years.
of that time because of that album.
I feel like there's no way you could talk about R&B rap singing without talking about Bryson. Like you literally can't.
That's just
And like I feel
disrespectful.
like the thing with Drake is that he's a very like, I'm working on it, I'm gonna release it. Like you hear the progression through his albums because he's always just dropping projects, and it's like,
Drake?
Yeah, like you're not hitting it quite yet, boo, but you're trying.
He's always trying.
He's always
always
putting
working.
things out there
Mhm.
and just
That's
saying
the whole way. Isn't it crazy
His first
how
perfect album was Take Care, in my opinion.
Yes.
Isn't it crazy
Take
how
Care
for
can't be topped.
years, no matter what, when you turn on the radio, Drake is always on the radio.
Yeah.
For
It's sick.
so long.
I love it.
He
Honestly,
ruled that decade, honestly.
He's still in a way ruling.
Yeah,
I haven't
he
seen
is.
him fallen. He's he's accepted as the greatest artist. He's our greatest artist right now.
That's why I
Yeah.
really loved him, because I feel like he was really battling Taylor with like popularity and like music and listening and quality. Because like I was like, I don't like Taylor Swift, but like people love her and it was everywhere. But I feel like Drake was able to get everyone behind him and get the like the noms and the wins and the charts and this.
He did a lot.
He was able to hit it all. Versus some people like are great, like Adele's great, but she's more of a Grammy.
Yeah.
She's not gonna get the Billboards,
Yeah.
you know. Like, but Drake is one of those artists who just like, no, I
Everything.
have
I will
Everything.
sweep it all.
I have
He made, like, people like want to say like Jay-Z or like the 2000s era kind of made hip hop pop, but technically I want to say Drake and Nicki
Yeah,
really
made it pop.
solidified hip hop becoming pop.
Yes.
in the
Yes, pop.
Yes.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like the 2000s
Made it
hip-hop,
popular.
yeah, it made it popular to where like people, but you always knew you were listening to hip hop.
Yes.
Like, this is hip hop. I just like this genre. But Nicki and Drake made it to where the lines
everybody.
between,
It's blurred.
It's blurred. This is pop music. Like
Mhm.
they're pop artists.
Like,
just
and they're
as
you're
much as anything.
playing
trying.
at my school and elementary and middle school, and it's all white. We're all
Yes.
white. I'm at a white school.
I mean,
Starships
I
were meant to fly.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Look, I apologize. I don't know what the audio just did right there.
Yeah. it said cut
The
it.
audio said,
Y'all need to stop.
But
No, they really did that. They came and brought it and made it into something that it was never before.
But I really appreciate, the reason why I know I just love Bryson Tiller, because I'm very like genre mood based. Like if I'm not in a mood for listening to that genre, even if it's good, I'm gonna just be like, it's whatever. And I for a second thought, I'm like, man, like R&B just has not been hitting. And I listened to Bryson's album and I said, oh no, this is an artist thing. Because listening to Bryson, I was like, oh no, like I immediately love, like this is not like a R&B mood. This is like,
It's just
no, the other R&B artists have not been hitting the way that Bryson is hitting.
I agree. Because like he just really sets a tone and a vibe. And he gets you in that tone and vibe for the rest of his album. And like, I don't know, like a lot of artists, nowadays with their albums, they're not albums. They kind of just like take you all over the place. It's like, oh, I want to hit here. I want to hit here. I just want to hit here. So like they can reach different demographics, I guess. But they're not making like a whole like collection and telling a story. with it.
So how did you guys feel about the album?
Overall, I think it's solid
yes.
for a comeback.
Yes.
Okay.
I do think it's solid.
I like
What about you?
I like Anniversary. I like how songs flow, and I love when like Alina Baraz. Oh my gosh! sorry.
Ooh,
Her
great.
albums flow like
Mhm.
it just they go into each other.
Yeah.
You feel like they're playing part of the song at the end of the song, and the next song is picking it up.
Yes.
And that's what I feel about Bryson's album.
That's like Bon Iver's last album.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Very, whoa, you don't even know what song you're in. It's like,
Yes,
it's
it
just a
just
mood. It's
you're
just-
taking
one long song, kind of.
Yeah.
But not
Bon
really, but you
Iver's,
can-
it was just an hour-long song, but like still great. It was still a great hour-long
his
song.
was an hour-long song.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
only when you shuffle it when you can hear the distinct
Yeah.
songs. I like Anniversary, but I like Anniversary if he doesn't take a 3-year break even more. Like, I feel like Trap Soul, I like yes, he's been gone. I missed him, but I'm also just like, I'm still good off the Trap Soul. Like, I'm listening to, like, I love that album. Anniversary is really good, but I would need another album next year. Like,
Yes.
I don't think it's going to sustain me
no.
as long as Trap Soul.
But okay, you know what's crazy? Because I feel like I was gonna say this. I know I'm jumping back, but everyone skips over his second album.
His second album's so
True
good.
to
That was a great
Self.
album.
People hate that
Oh.
album.
Okay, I was saying Trap Soul, but I meant True to Self.
Yeah.
His last album has been sustaining
Yeah.
me since.
So True to Self is one of those, when it came out at an awkward time, I felt like. And then he said he was also he was depressed and he was not in a good headspace at the time. So all the promo and the music videos, he wasn't really in it. He wasn't pushing it like he should. And he said it came out through his sound and his music. So at the time, yeah, I remember being like, oh, this is cool. Like, I'm vibing. Every time, like, I constantly, this is the album I go back to and listen to.
It gets better.
Better
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
and better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, we did not
Yeah.
give Bryson his flowers for True to Self at
I
all.
feel like it aged so well
Yes.
with time.
That's what
It
is.
got better over time.
Yeah, it did.
It was a little before its time.
It's before, like, he makes stuff before its time.
I think
Yes.
also
I don't
because he
think people realize
perfects
that.
it. And then you
Yes.
hear all the attempts
Mhm.
by the artist that came out last year, the year before, and then you go back to Bryson and it's
And
like,
you're
It's make his even
oh,
better.
Yeah,
that's-
that's what
yes.
it is.
Because they're just so bad.
like it's
Everyone else is just so bad at it.
That's why I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm like, wow, I've just really not been in the R&B. Like, there has not been an artist who's really made me like listen to R&B or like that rap
I'm
singing.
always good to listen to Bryson.
But Bryson, I said, oh my god, like,
You know, honestly,
Give it to me.
before Tory Lanez did what he did to Megan,
Mhm.
like, I haven't listened to this whatever he just dropped because I just
Ugh.
can't. I can't.
He's so trash now.
But
like,
before that, like, honest, what are we in? What month? October.
mhm.
Sure.
So August, July, before that whole shooting thing, Tory was my replacement for Bryson.
Mhm. I get
So
that.
now that Tory's gone, Bryson really can't take a break because
Like, Bryson,
what
I'm sorry,
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
but like,
But I
you
mean,
have,
we don't do Tory anymore, so I
I feel
don't.
you.
You have
all we
to.
have is you and Drake attempting, but like we all have is you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drake is not gonna do it for
No,
me.
he
Not the
never
way
will.
that they incorporate the trap soul.
Because
note,
I don't think they have the same
the
goal
beats.
though. Too.
They
I
don't have
think
the same
Yeah,
goal.
Drake is.
That's true.
I think Sir is kind of like more neo soul.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
But he
Yeah.
has the same vibe
Yeah.
in a
Yes.
way. But it's like more, it's very LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the sound.
And he can
But-
and he sings.
Yeah.
He sings. Yeah, exactly. It's not like he's rapping. He's just
Yeah.
a straight singer.
Yeah.
But
6
as for R&B, for males, it's really just like Bryson
Yeah.
and Sir.
I was gonna
right
say
now, the
6
top two.
Slack or Black.
He doesn't do it for me.
Okay, no.
Honestly,
Every
No.
once in a while he will, but I
He-
mean, it's
he's a
not.
casual
It's not
for me.
consistent.
I
Like sometimes his music, it just gets so monotone.
Yeah, we know you really.
he
love
doesn't
him.
have layers to his voice, but his beats and sometimes his songs
It's just
are
the
fire.
beats. It's
Yeah, but see, that's when my mood kicks in. Like he's
Oh.
Yeah.
that's when I want to listen to R&B. Like that's when I want to listen to that genre.
Mm.
Versus some people, like you're shuffling your music, and then even if it's not the genre you're listening to, the song or the artist is so good, and it's like I'm gonna
Mhm.
listen to the song.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bryson
Exactly.
is one of the artists that, like, I was in the mood for R&B, but Bryson just came on, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to Bryson.
Yeah.
Like Black doesn't do that. Black is like,
ill black. It's good.
Oh my
I'm good off of that.
God.
No,
I'm good off of
sometimes
that.
his
Next time.
music is just so like out dark. It's just so dark sometimes.
Really?
It's very heavy on production.
Okay, yes.
Heavy on the synth.
It is.
And not like his voice is so light. I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay.
voice is a big deal.
I can see what you guys are saying. I can. I don't know.
He
He's
doesn't-
my
I
cup of tea.
prefer
He's
Brent
my cup
over
of-
him.
Okay,
Ooh,
Brent
really?
Fayez, yeah.
Yes, I prefer
Hmm.
Brent Fayez over him.
Um,
Brent Fayez production's better to me.
Yeah.
I have to listen to those.
Sometimes I
back to
like
back.
the black, the 6 dark mood though.
No, I like it sometimes, but
yeah.
I'll skip Black more than I skip Brent.
Oh, interesting.
Both of
I
those are
think
both
I
moods.
skip, but then also whatever black songs I do have, it's just specific ones that I know I like.
That's true.
That's true.
I
So
don't
it's-
save whole albums
yeah.
of Black. I do have the ones that are my
Oh,
favorite.
wow.
Yeah, so I and because of that,
I
I
think I'm
skip
a Black
Brent
fan.
Onyx, I could have told you that.
I think I am. I think
When
I
we
just
saw
like him.
Kehlani, the whole time, you were more excited for Black and just like, I'm gonna see him. I'm so excited. Like, these people don't know. We don't know these songs. Like, you were so into Black.
When did Black come out?
For Kehlani.
No, Division.
No, that's
came out.
Division.
Oh, my bad.
Girl,
Okay,
don't
literally,
play.
in my
Don't
head,
play.
I was like, when did y'all
talk
go
about
see
who's the
Kehlani?
king, who's the kings of R&B right now? Division.
Yeah, no,
Division
Division
is up
yeah,
there.
no, Division. That was.
I
good.
say my top in R&B. Because I wanted Bryson's R&B, but like he's more rap R&B.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna say like who's my top in R&B, like
No, Division is.
Division and Sir.
Mhm.
I'm not. We're not talking about like R&B
Xavier
soul.
Omar.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Xavier.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
we're not gonna include like the D'Angelos. Those are that's a whole nother category.
That's a different thing.
Yeah.
But like
No,
this
that's-
new R&B wave, Division. Ooh,
Yeah.
It's
Division
my-
has the highest peaks for
Yeah.
me.
I need to.
Mhm.
You know, it's like I know they're a group, but I just I don't know his name, the main singer for Division.
Oh yeah.
He just hits the notes correctly.
Yes.
And they speak deeply to me. I don't know why.
Okay.
like they like
Wait.
I don't know.
We're just like
It
watching
arrives from you?
Elijah process which
Yes.
words and she's like, what's she gonna say?
Yeah.
And seeing Onyx like
And then the production, like who the producer of Division, he literally
Fire.
I feel like okay, this is what I feel. Drake takes Division beats.
Mhm.
Oh, also he takes Party Next Door too.
And
Okay.
Legit Jordan.
He
So
takes,
everyone. So he takes from everyone.
all of his artists' best work and be like, I want mine. And then the fact that they're able to still create greatness
Mhm.
I was about
and
to
all
say
their
that.
best work is going to Drake, that's what really gets me. And I'm like, so you're that talented that you just have
Yeah.
this much music flowing out of you.
Okay, with that situation, we're over here just jumping from conversation to
we
conversation.
are.
But I feel like this is a good
this is gonna
conversation overall.
this is gonna be a Bryson Tiller plus just R&B
Yes.
life.
Yeah. But that whole situation, I feel like Division's able to kind of hoard some of their music in their like lyrics because
Yeah.
he really loves Party Next Door
Yes.
sound. Like
Party-
Party, I'm scared to listen to his last album because I hear
Girl,
it's not that
it's
good.
not.
Oh,
That's why I
really?
haven't.
I had to turn it. It was. He ran out of content because Drake took it all.
Drake took it all for the past 4 projects.
Yes,
Mm.
I think you can tell, especially since Drake in everything he releases, he always has like at least 1 to 3 Party Next Door features
Mhm.
because those were supposed to be party songs. And I don't know if it's like a joke, but
That he
I
has
promise you this
in
is
his
serious.
basement.
Yeah.
I have no idea if this is legitimately true, but it's facts. Do you know what I mean?
we
Like,
all know that Drake is a mob leader for one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm wondering, like,
who's
how much of it,
surprised?
like, how willing is Party? I want to, like,
he signed a deal. I think the deal he signed was
includes I Take Your Songs.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I
Takes
think
the best work.
Drake can come in and say, "Oh, this is what you're working on. I'm gonna need this for my album."
Yeah.
And Party goes,
Yes,
for
yes,
real?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I was gonna do it, but I was like, I don't know, that's too much.
But that's how it, because, like, look, we all have sensed it. Sometimes people don't really talk about it because they like, focus on him being a simp so much.
Mhm.
But, like, everybody knows, like, Drake is a mob boss. Like,
Yeah.
there is
A
something.
boss.
There is
Mhm.
something behind the scenes
'Cause
that
Think about
gives
his
me
sound. When did
power.
it start? When did it start shifting? When did he start trying to do more of the sing song R&B?
Take care.
Exactly.
And The Weeknd had a huge part of Take Care.
Exactly.
And that's why The Weeknd refused to sign
with him and created his own. XO because he saw what Drake was going, because at the same time, this is Drake, because he got a lot of help coming up too. He was working when he was in Degrassi, right? I think he saw how other artists handled him and he kind of like emulated it. So then when Weeknd and Party Next Door were coming up, he were looking at them like, oh, I need them part of my team, because the way people were using me for my stuff, I could use them for my stuff. And The Weeknd was like, okay, I'll work with you. And he saw how that was working. He's like, okay, let me go this route. And Party got sucked in.
Yeah.
Party
I went on like I went on a binge of Party Next Door old music. I was like, oh my gosh, like Party Next Door was different. He was like a Bryson, like he was making a new sound for like R&B. And I'm just like, no, Party Next Door, he was just really different and he was hitting it. And no one can really emulate his sound. Like so many artists try to emulate Party Next Door sound, but no one can't.
Yeah, like the only one who gets it is Drake.
The only one who gets it is Drake because he literally gives it to him.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, oh my gosh, like Party Next Door really was up there with like when I say changed the game with like Bryson, he changed the game with Bryson. It's like Party Next Door, Bryson Tiller.
Yeah.
But the unfortunate part, it's more like Bryson Tiller and Drake, because Drake has, I think, the Party sound recognition.
Yes.
And Bryson is able to kind of hold his own artistry
for a long time too.
Yeah, so I'm very curious how other artists are going to react with this Bryson album coming out, because this is what you've been trying to do.
It's been quiet.
And the master has spoken.
It's been pretty silent.
It's been quiet.
It has been quiet because like I feel like a lot of people dropped this year and a lot of people didn't necessarily receive it well because some of the drops were not that good. You feel me?
I feel there has been a very high flux of music. Everybody's dropping. And it's like
been bored this year. So
yeah.
And also,
making music.
I think the knowledge that you can't see these artists in concert yet makes you also like dissociate a little bit. Like I even noticed that with Chloe and Halle's. Like, I love it, and I'm playing you every day. But at the same time, it's like, when I'm gonna see this, like, you know, I wonder if that's kind of takes the excitement out of new music when it's like, oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna like bump to this, but you're not gonna go bump to it
because you can't.
It's the law.
Okay. Highlight songs.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
What did you say? Favorite songs? Would you say?
Yeah, favorite songs on the album.
So look, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I was okay. So I like Bryson Tiller. I like just his artistry. I like what he does. I think he's just a great artist. Something about this album for me specifically, I was a touch bored. So, which is like, I can still listen to it and be like, it's good. Like, it's good. Like, he has all the qualities he has there. I love his voice, his like cadence and everything. But just something I listened to the album twice and I was just like, I mean, yeah. I found myself like, forgetting I was listening to it. It became background music very quickly for me.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I started cleaning and
I got distracted very easily.
Yeah, I didn't realize I finished the album.
Yeah.
Same.
I was cleaning.
It started what is it? Don't Stop? Nope, that's not it.
I have it up. It started with years go by.
No, I'm saying after I finished the album, his other songs played and I didn't realize. I was like, oh, is this on the album? I didn't realize this was on the album. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I listened to this one twice, and then today I was listening to True to Self a little bit, and I was like, okay, see, I'm not distracted at all. Like,
that's why I feel like he can't take a 3-year break with this album. Personally, this is a good comeback into it, but then I'm gonna need you to regularly release.
Yeah,
because True to Self is an album that's like, I mean, like, I want more Bryson, but however, I'm still fully listening to
it. It just felt a little bit of like too much the same with not enough anything to make it stand out.
That's why I agree. That's why
it didn't have a standout song.
Or at least from
from his
own discography.
They all sound great.
Yeah. I don't remember what songs were
That's why when we were trying to figure out the name, I was like, I don't know. They all sounded the same to me.
He didn't have a a single either. Like I
didn't.
don't see a single.
Is it Inhale a single?
Oh, it is.
I don't
That
know.
makes. Actually, I
That,
might be thinking of.
that would make the most sense.
I like Inhale.
I do like Inhale,
but I do agree with your sentiment that it all sounded the same because I was just listening to the album right before we recorded, and it was just like the song went by, like the next song kind of just blended into the other, but it wasn't bad. Like I liked it. I was like grooving to it. I was vibing. That's why I said it was a solid little comeback, because it wasn't bad. As in, I listened to some other albums this past year, and I just didn't like the songs.
Yeah,
or I was like, oh, it's cool, it's whatever. And then I'm just like, I have no intention of listening to it again. Who are you saying? Who am I thinking of?
I know exactly who you're thinking.
I know who you're thinking of.
Yes.
Because I haven't listened to this album, but I'm pretty sure based off the way I've heard her talk about it, it's Kehlani.
Well, you said her album was what?
Oh, it wasn't playable.
She has
there's no playback value.
It's called Until. Yeah,
a lot of people.
It's
like
the
that
one with
album.
Toxic on it.
Is with what?
With Toxic.
The one.
Wait, how am I forgetting the name of the album?
Yes, the one with the Over the Hose.
It was good until it wasn't. Yeah.
That was this year?
One.
Oh, I thought that was last year.
No. Just came.
It just came out, Lauren.
That's the one that with Tory Lanez that keeps getting played. And okay, no, with that album, which I love Kehlani. Well, I realized I gotta stop saying that. I like her face more than I like her music. So there's 15 songs on that album, and I think there was maybe about 5 or 6 that I really was like, okay, yeah, I can play these. But then the rest of it, I was like, saving
some songs from the album. I don't remember any of the songs I saved from the album. And then also, I don't know, whenever I tried listening to the songs again, I'll just get bored of them, or I'm just like, it just sounds like the same song she released from 5 years ago, or from
really because
it's not like
I feel like I enjoyed her old music stuff, her old music better. That's why I haven't.
Same.
Really
I feel like I can hear a difference between her music. It's just that herself as an artist is still the same. So it's like whatever it is you don't like about her music, that's gonna stay there.
Because I like the last album she dropped right before
Crazy Sexy Savage or
this While We Wait.
While We Wait was LP.
That was EP. Yeah, I'm
I'm
talking about her full length album.
You liked Crazy Sexy Savage?
Yeah.
Or Sweet Sexy? Okay.
Sweet Sexy Savage.
But I feel like it sounded kind of exactly the same to that. I feel like
I think this is definitely her most R&B album. Actually, how was
I feel like her mixtapes were more R&B.
Yeah, what was the first one? FWU, was that the name of the album?
We Should Be Here. That one.
Yeah, that one. No, I think this one might be a little more R&B. At least to me, I feel like this is probably one of her most R&B.
Really?
But
since the mixtapes.
Yeah.
I was about to agree with you.
This is technically only her second album.
Yeah,
right?
This is only her second album.
Yeah, I thought her official album.
Because
I thought You Should Be Here was an album, was it not?
Those were mixtapes.
No, that's a mixtape.
That's why I was confused. Because we went to go see her in concert. She was like, these are I'm gonna sing some songs from my first mixtape, second mixtape, and I was like, ooh, I don't think I know.
She only had 2 mixtapes
those
before.
Those are the ones that we all knew.
Wait, so her only albums are Sweet Sexy Savage?
When you were here.
Yes. Sexy Savage.
Sweet Savage, and then the one that just came out are only albums.
Because While We Wait, I listened to While We Wait and I enjoyed it, but then I
liked that one.
I realized people didn't, and I was
really?
like, oh.
I saw a lot of chatter. I still didn't listen to it, but I saw a lot of chatter positively.
I like
a lot of people liked that because I didn't really listen to it like that, but I heard some songs. Oh yeah, that's cool. For Kehlani,
she doesn't grow.
I don't know. She doesn't She her mixtapes. I feel like were so good.
Yeah,
but her past 2 projects, I was just like, I don't know. I feel like she could do better.
Yeah, it's because
I'm just disappointed.
There's no growth.
Yeah,
it's just she's either staying the same, stagnant. If not, I don't know if she has less to do with her music now. But
No, I think she always has like a lot to do with her.
Yeah, I feel
maybe
like
that's
she has a lot of
that's the
input.
problem. She has more input on her music now, and you don't.
Are you sure the
Oh my
mixtapes she wouldn't have more
gosh.
input?
I
feel
mean,
like she
just
doesn't
from what
write her
I
stuff
know
as
about
much.
Kehlani, what I
I
have
feel like she writes her
gathered-
songs.
No,
I feel like she
does.
should.
No,
yeah.
I
other
think
people
she's
produce it.
I think she's there. She
No,
doesn't produce
I'm
her
thinking
stuff.
you guys. I'm thinking she is having more of a hand in her own music, and you guys don't like her.
Are you sure?
That's what I think it might be.
Is she's allowing she's sitting there while they're writing, or she's writing with
Mhm.
them, and then they're giving too much of their input.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think
either way-
some of the writing is
No, she needs a new I think
a new producer.
she needs a new producer.
Yes.
That's her main, because her writing is good. I like her writing.
Yeah.
It's just the music.
When I composition of song, let me say
Yeah.
that the writing, the lyrics might be nice,
Mhm.
but I don't like it with some of the beats.
Yeah, it's some of the beats that throw it off for me. I like her music.
Yeah, like I'll listen to her.
Yeah, I like.
That's what I mean.
Kehlani.
Not like I'm at the beats, not the, you feel me?
Yes,
Like,
I am a
music,
fan.
Yes.
yeah.
I feel like she has a very unique voice.
No.
No, but I mean, like, no, that was in a good way. This is
Rebuke it.
The other day we was listening to Kehlani, and what did you say? You were like, it just kills me because like it feels like she thinks she really doing something.
But that's what. But to me, it's distinct. Like I always know when I'm listening when a Kehlani's playing because it's a very
Yeah.
whiny. It's a frequency. It's a something that I always know is Kehlani.
Okay.
And I'm not always
It's a
in the mood
tonality.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
not always in the mood for that specific tone. And I feel like some songs that she has released clashes with her tone and some complement it to me. Like sometimes
Yes.
some songs sounds like noise. I'm sorry
Mhm.
how she's talking, like when she like tells about her life, like, you know, she's she's saying her life and I'm like, I don't care. Like there's just noise. And then sometimes I'm like, oh wow, this is a great song. This is a good song. From
you know-
just her tonality, the little something that it kind of withers my inner eardrum, and I said, I'm not in the mood for Kehlani. I don't want it.
She's kind of very like really like
Yeah.
a
I
little
think
high.
that's it too sometimes. It's her like tone. Did you okay guys, there's like this video going around, Jasmine Sullivan covering one of her songs.
Mhm.
I
Jasmine
forgot.
Sullivan covering Kehlani song.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was,
so she ate it. She
Yeah.
gobbled it down. Then.
Yes.
That's not.
Oh,
good.
that's unfair.
Everyone
That's
was like, oh,
unfair.
this is what it's supposed to sound like.
Why she do that?
no, that's what people were saying, like, oh no, R&B music is not that it's not good. It's just who's singing it nowadays.
Okay,
Oh.
so
And I was just like, dang.
Wait, what song did she? What
'cause,
song did she do?
They say, oh,
It was from the Joker, not the Suicide
Yes.
soundtrack.
Oh, and those were I don't like her
I
like
need
soundtrack
a
song.
thing.
Oh, Gangster is that one?
Gangster.
Oh,
And then no,
oh,
Jasmine.
Oh no.
Oh
Shit,
no,
I was like,
Kehlani got to take that song off her discography now. Sorry, that is
So
now
this
Jasmine
is what-
Sullivan's song.
you know how everyone keeps on saying, oh, they don't raise R&B singers in the church no more. That's what we're talking about.
that's what we're
They don't
talking
what
about.
R&B is
Raise R&B singers in
In
the
the church,
church
oh.
because they don't
Yeah.
like they don't learn, they don't train, they don't get
Mhm.
any soul. So now they just have a decent, pretty voice,
Mhm.
and then I don't think they train. A lot of
them
singers
don't
are
have
training, and you don't have to have like traditional training because in the church a lot of people don't have training, but you still have a music
Musicality to them.
musicality to them.
Diaphragm.
Diaphragm. They don't sing from the
Don't be singing from her
diaphragm anymore.
She sings from
the throat.
SZA.
No, I think she does. I just think that's just how her diaphragm be sounding.
I don't
sometimes.
think
I
so.
think I think her diaphragm is just nasally.
No,
No,
do you?
that
She,
something
no,
comes
she's
out.
like
later.
not trained.
No, she's not trained. She does
She's
not
not
breathe.
trained. Like SZA wasn't trained.
Yeah.
A lot of these,
Mm.
like Janae's not necessarily trained.
She's
A
not
lot of these artists aren't trained coming into the industry. Like they become trained in the industry. Like the record labels start training them while they're in the industry, but coming into the industry, they're not trained.
Do you see how Chloe and Halle, how
Chloe and Halle are.
they
sing?
they
That's
can
the-
sing,
that's
and
the-
they weren't necessarily like trained, but they grew up in a musically family, and
that's
they
big
taught them how to
different.
sing and breathe, and then now they still have training too. But like you have a different type of voice when that happens.
Yes.
No, I get you. I just think
I
just
think
it's
they're
a
just
little
saying,
different.
no, you don't like about Kehlani, you just don't like it. There's no fixable thing.
No, you can't. I think things can be fixed because I enjoy Kehlani. I listen to her all the time. Like
I do like Kehlani.
I'm saying there's things that can be improved on for me to like longevity wise.
Okay.
Or she's just gonna be stuck in this because remember when she first
honestly,
came out.
We were saying, I was like, the only person who can like sing and dance is like Kehlani.
Her concert was
she is
amazing.
talented.
I was like, people are like, oh, Normani's next Beyonce.
No.
I was like, honestly,
After
Kehlani was
concert.
supposed. Remember Phoenix when we were in high school and everyone was like, because Kehlani was how old, like 17, 19, yeah. So everyone was talking about, oh, she's next, she's it. Like when she had her little EP or mixtapes out.
Yeah,
and I kept on saying
we had an argument.
I said, no, I think Kehlani's gonna be Ashanti. Like she's gonna have her Beyonce height at one point, and then she's gonna fall off. And everyone was like, "No, she's gonna be the next Beyonce." And I said, "I want her to be, but I don't know if that's gonna happen."
Saying that.
I don't know
because people are like, "Oh, it was like Tink."
It was Tink and Kehlani.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they were
that.
at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And everyone was like saying who, because Tink was supposed to be the next Aaliyah, and because Timbaland was pushing her, and then he messed her up, and then Kehlani was supposed to be, oh wow, she can sing and dance, and she was supposed to be Beyonce, and I was like, I think she's gonna be Ashanti, and look where we are. And it's because I think she just needs to push herself.
What?
I think
she's a little unmotivated. You know,
I get what you're saying.
When people get too comfortable, like, oh, my sound's working, people love it, but I was like,
okay,
because think, why isn't she at any award shows? I know she might not want that type of notoriety, but then at the same time, you should at least be performing. You don't have to be there.
She performed a couple.
Which ones?
I think she performed like at her Grammys. She performed Honey.
Oh, Honey was the last time that I felt like she...
What do you mean no?
She didn't perform Honey at Grammys.
She performed it. It was on the Grammys, but it was at something.
She performed Honey at some award show.
Exactly.
I want to say Billboard.
Weird.
Or iHeart.
We don't remember it.
Oh, okay.
She's a she's a performer.
I only know that because
she's a performer. Why is she performing
Kehlani.
Honey?
I just remember loving Honey, so I remember.
Well, because Honey was like her biggest song.
But it wasn't. If you look at her biggest song, Honey is not her biggest song. It was the most because she's
popular at the time.
Popular because she's like coming out, and she was one of the first singers to be like, oh, I'm singing about a woman, and this song's about a woman, and a ballad, and got a lot of praise. But that wasn't never her biggest songs.
I think that's up there as one of her most popular.
Really?
It's up there, but it's not her most popular song.
Like I feel like she can still promote her other songs by performing some songs at
award shows,
and she's supposed because she's a performer.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, I'm just saying. I think
if I look up what song was one of her most charted songs, Honey is not her most charted song on Billboard.
I mean, I don't know, but do you want me to look it up?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not.
I mean, I don't think it's number one, but I think
I still feel like
it's not number one. I know. I'm just saying, if we're talking about Billboard charts and what's supposed to chart and what would she perform at award shows and everything, Honey is not. Like, why would she perform Honey if you're a performer and you're trying to get an audience?
I feel like it might not have
crazy.
charted. Yeah, it might not have charted, but it was something that was talked about a lot.
But it's more because of what the song was about.
But that's still a reason to sing that song because people still are gonna talk about it. You're gonna get more. You're gonna get notoriety from it.
Okay, why is that the only song she's performed at award shows?
I don't know. That's dumb. But I'm just saying, I see why she still chose that.
It would be different if this is like you performing consistently and this is a song you chose.
Toxic, Can I, All Me, Distraction, Gangsta.
People really love Distraction. That got nominated.
Yeah, that one was big when that.
But Honey was a big single, but it wasn't on an album or anything.
We gotta get back to Bryson.
We do. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, Bryson. We love you.
Okay. I'll say my favorite songs. So for my listen, the standouts right now in the album is Always Forever, Inhale, and Next to You.
Okay.
Those are the songs that stood out the most to me.
So that's the second song.
The second song?
The last song. Okay, because I was going to say the first song, I was here. The first song, Years Go By,
I did like this song.
and Always Forever were my favorite. And then Inhale. And then Next to You, I listened to again. I was like, okay, I like this. But I kept on finding myself like Years Go By to Always. It was undefeated.
I did like that
I just
transition.
was like
I
here
liked
for it.
It's just like, it was solid.
You guys,
but,
all you have
but
to
the
do.
albums, like, I feel like the albums like Chloe and Holly
Oof, man.
and Rena's. Oh,
Say
that's
Swana.
even though Rena is pop.
Ooh, Rena.
We're not going down Rena.
That album.
Tokyo Love
I also Chloe and
Hotel.
Halle, like Bryson, obviously. This is comeback. Chloe and Halle. This was
They've
their
been working.
sophomore album. Been working. They've been working on it for 2 years.
Mhm.
Even Rena, this is her
Yes.
first debut.
Yeah. Bryson had to take a break.
Yeah,
You know,
he did.
He has personal.
Yeah, he was like, let me just give my fans been wanting music. Let me give them some music. And I
I
think this
agree.
is
He's
going to
like a
start
really
the
good
engine
guy.
running. Like this is the
I
first of
agree.
many. Chloe and Halle, that was a project. They perfected it. And they said Beyonce barely gave them little to no notes. So you know
It's just them.
they're just that
But see,
talented. They
yes.
said, oh, Beyonce gave them people like, oh, work with these people. Oh, we like these people. Oh, we want to write our own songs. Like they produced and wrote most of the album.
Yeah. No, they're different.
Oh,
That's what I'm
Bryson.
saying. Like, it was just like this year is so packed
Ooh, man.
that like it's a solid comeback for him.
Mhm.
It was just like just comparing to other albums that I'm just like listening to like daily almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have people who are still planning on releasing things in December and
I know.
November, and Ooh.
Yeah, and Brent's about to release his second.
And people really
Wait.
loved his album, F the World.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
People love that album.
Remember how I felt?
Oh, we never released that episode. Yeah,
We did plan on having a Brent Diaz
this-
but
review.
this kind of replaced it because we went off on tangents on that one.
Should
anyway.
we? Oh, we did too, huh?
We should just drop it
We could drop.
No,
as
we
like a
cannot.
special. As like a little special something.
Yeah, but what was the quality of
The-
that?
That's what I'm
bad.
saying. That's
Yeah.
old. That's
Oh.
old.
That was
quality.
old recording quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
We can't
but
do that.
when I
Maybe
tell
for
you,
we could-
like
when
if we
he
start
drops-
a Patreon.
yeah, maybe they won't
Okay.
mind listening to the
For
bad
our-
quality.
Or two fans.
Yep. Our
Oh.
two-
Yeah, I was like, who's paying on the Patreon? Okay.
What we could do is if Brent does his, we could do like a review of the last one and his new one in one
Okay.
pod.
in one pod.
Yeah.
That would be a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
If
we
not, if
already
we
had our
stay
R&B
on.
conversation right now. So.
We
Yeah,
did.
They are having
Because that's
a
the
wide
same
R&B.
thing that the Brent one was a little bit of going into like,
It was. We
Yeah.
probably said the same things in that one and this
yeah.
one.
Yeah, we did because it was like Bieber time too.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it was a lot of Bieber.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and check
Oh,
out
we
our
compared those.
podcast on Justin Bieber Changes album. We
I
did
hate-
review on that.
We
as
did.
well.
We did.
What is that? What?
I just hate whenever like Phoenix is switched to.
Her voice
Yeah.
changes
It's just always like,
Welcome.
yeah,
Like,
whatever.
Hey guys, so make sure you go
Justin
like and subscribe.
Um,
She does not talk about them, especially when I love when she's talking about like David and Brickmore. She's like, "Yeah, that fucking idiot!" Like, and it's like, "Hey guys,
He's
so,
dumb. He's
make
dumb.
Sure we...
but make sure to subscribe."
I mean,
And it's
But-
so funny because like people, I can hear like I'm not paying attention, but whenever Phoenix is leading, and then like all of a sudden I hear the difference. I'm like, what on earth?
is that?
I do feel like it's more dramatic to you guys
I mean,
because
I think it's because you guys know me.
also no, but you guys get super high when you're coughing, and it doesn't get high. She gets soft. Like she's already had it's like bass, and then she's like, yeah, so
yeah,
that's what she
Yeah.
You guys always go, yeah, so. And I'm like, no.
That's why because I
It
see
does
her
get, like-
no
it's like,
because she
hey.
uses her shoulders when like, all of a sudden she goes.
So I feel like I need to put in
Yeah,
some pitch
she
with
always
it.
goes,
Putting
like,
on my like
make-
white woman's voice.
Yeah.
And
Like,
she used like her
And her
shoulders.
and her white woman's voice is very like. Okay,
Yeah,
but what else about Bryson? We
I
love
think
him.
we good.
We're good.
I think
Okay.
we done.
Yeah, he great.
Love him.
oh, we want to rate it?
Rate
His
man,
family.
rate the album?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay,
I
I give
do
it
1 to 10
a.
scale.
Let's do 1 to
I
10.
didn't
Out of,
do
like-
letters or
Last time we did
numbers?
letters for Justin.
Should we do
Let's
both?
be consistent.
Should we just okay?
Oh, I was gonna say let's just change it up, but okay.
Okay.
Let's be
Let's do both. 'cause
Let's do
I'm
both. Let's do
indecisive.
both.
So I'm gonna say a B, and then I'm gonna say a 7.
Okay.
Honestly, same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Girlies?
Same.
Yeah.
Great pod.
Wow.
Usually we argue.
That was quick.
Usually we argue.
Because
Yeah.
because I feel like a beat is like, it's good.
Watch
I'm
me-
wondering how much I'm gonna listen to it.
In a week, because I'm going to listen to it, watch me in a
Same.
week change. This might go up.
No, it's one of those
You
things.
know,
No, the quality is
there.
there.
Mhm.
I just also know, because the fact that I couldn't really pick out the songs right now, just knowing my past history was listening to albums.
But remember when you guys did Bon Iver's and you guys played it in shuffle and you guys said it was better?
I've shuffled this album.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Oh, never mind.
Oh yeah, I listened to it straight through and
I
then
did.
I shuffled.
I did straight through.
Yeah, I was just straight through.
What's probably gonna
I've-
happen, like in like a
Okay.
year or something, I'm probably gonna listen to it and be like, wait, this one
It's,
really
I think it's
hit.
other artists that makes
think
him
that
look
might
better.
happen.
To be
I
quite
think
honest,
so.
it really is. When I'm so tired of hearing subpar quality, and then I go to Bryson, and I'm always like, oh my
Oh,
gosh,
wow.
yes.
Because
Yeah,
that's
this
what
is what shit
happened
sound
to his second album. When it was
Yeah.
out, I was like, I mean, I like it because it's Bryson and it's great.
Mhm.
And then literally 6 months later,
Self-Made.
a year,
From True to
2
Self is a great
years,
song.
last week, I listened and I'm like,
Yes.
this
such
is
a
fire.
great song. I love that song. I agree. No, but yeah, Bryson, honestly, it's just like he always puts out quality,
Mm-hmm.
but
He puts out timeless music.
timeless.
That's
Yes, and
what it
a lot
is.
of people don't put out timeless music.
It's for the
nowadays.
moment. Like, okay, as an example, Justin Bieber changes for the moment. I kind of enjoyed it for that little 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I don't-
That's why I grade it so hard.
I
It's
don't
not
go
that
back
good.
to
I
it.
don't go back to it at all. It
Yeah.
might randomly play in shuffle,
Yeah,
but like
and I'll listen to whatever
Bryson.
2 songs.
I might only listen to it once or twice, and then down the line, keep on going back.
Yeah.
Keep on going back.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like a constant
It's still
song in
smacks.
my rotation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like it's always playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like this has just been such a good. There's just been so many artists who breaks through.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just so good to where I lined up my queue for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna line up my queue for Bryson, but I probably won't be skipping him unless I'm in a mood for R&B. Like unless I'm like,
Oh.
I want to listen to Bryson.
I would line up my queue for Bryson.
But you listen to a lot more R&B than I do.
Yes, I do.
I don't listen to R&B
He's going
enough.
to go into like right now. Am I like when I start queuing songs? Right now, it's Chloe, Halle, Alina, Division, and Sir, and BJ Chicago Kid. Like that's usually like those are like what's in my, and then maybe Six Black or Black gets put in a little bit. But those are my constants. Like whenever I just like I want to listen to music. Oh, Khalid, how could I forget Khalid? And then a little maybe one Summer Walker song. Right, Bryson's going into that mix right now.
Yeah, I would not.
I guess
turn on the
Frank
mix.
Ocean and Lucky Day do get in there too. Yeah, that's all R&B artists.
Yeah,
I didn't say Swana. She gets.
Did you say Swana?
I always do that. I know it's Swana, right?
Sawayama.
Sawayama. I always.
Oh,
say
I didn't
Swana.
know what she was saying. I was like,
Me
I don't know
either.
that artist.
I
I
was
was like,
like,
I don't know that
I
artist.
always say Swama. I don't know.
I just stick with Rina.
You know what it is?
and,
I think a girl in my school was say Swama. So whenever I see Rena, I think say Swana. It says say Sayuama.
So wrong.
Sa-
but it's-
Where's
Sayama.
Bryson from?
it's
Sayama.
fine. Huh?
Where's Bryson from? Anybody know?
Louisville.
Oh, interesting.
It's Sayama.
No.
What is it?
Sawayama.
Sawayama. Thank you.
Okay.
Mm.
All right, cool. Do you want to
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
take us out,
It's time
Phoenix?
to go. It's time to go.
All right. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Don't forget to rate, subscribe.
See that shoulders?
Why
She
you
always says
making
that.
fun
So
of
yeah.
me?
I'm sorry. It's
So,
just
yeah.
so funny.
Rate, subscribe, and like. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Review.
Okay. And don't forget to follow us on the Twitter and
Mhm.
Instagram. And we also have a YouTube channel you can subscribe to see our beautiful faces.
Mhm.
We are recording our podcast. So, see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Besos.